Okay, we're downloading A-Game's formula.
3, 2, 1.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey everybody! How's everybody doing today? Walaikum assalam. So today, what we're talking about is black women really not liking each other. Just because y'all get together to do foolishness with each other doesn't translate into y'all having an actual sisterhood or liking each other at all. So we are going to talk about the different ways in which you don't like each other and the ways that you display that disdain for one another. And I'm using words that really don't serve the true purpose, or it really doesn't say what it really is. Thank you, Adrian. So we're going to talk about the jealousy. I'm Muslim Tom. So we're going to talk about the jealousy. And there is no more jealous or contentious relationship that black women have than this particular kind of relationship. Can y'all guess which black female relationship is the most toxic and the most contentious? If you know, put it in the chat. Just take a wild guess. Mother-daughter. Mother-daughter is the most jealous-hearted, toxic, drama-filled, chaotic relationship that black women have with one another. And it comes from the older one to the younger one because children don't know any better. It is the mother who sets the stage for the relationship she has with her children. It is the mother who dictates, who lays the foundation of the relationship. I have my own issues with my childhood with my mom. So a lot of this is coming from experience. And it's coming from jealousy. It's actually coming from a lot of different things that we're going to get to later. But it's a hyena making sure she didn't birth a lioness. It's a hyena making sure that her daughter grow into a worse hyena than she was. And see, Mr. Donnie Mac said something real interesting, and I've heard this before. He said an ex used to say 2 queens can't live in the same castle. That's cap. Cap. Cap when it comes to a mother and a daughter. It's cap. And it's wrong. And it's that toxic mindset that makes the relationship so contentious. Because that statement that your ex made is only true when you're talking about 2 women who are not related to one another, who may or may not be competing for that same man. That's 2 women of the house that can't be 2 women of the house. Because it can't be 2 women of the house. Because we don't view our houses like men view houses. Men view houses as places to come sleep and rest. Women view houses as nesting spots. That's why it don't work when you try to have a polygynous relationship and the 2 women are in the exact same space with each other, sharing the kitchen, sharing the bathroom, sharing the bedroom. See, no. You ain't never seen 2 female eagles share a nest. You ain't never seen that before. But the female eagle does share her nest with her children. She does share her nest with her eaglets. And the reason why black women think like that when they start talking about their daughters is because they view their daughters as the other woman. She's the other woman from birth. While I'm talking, I'm going to see if I can find something that's real pertinent to this conversation. I may or may not be able to find it, but we'll see. See, it's that toxic mindset. Oh, this one is another woman in my house. You fool. What happened to this is your child in your house that you have a responsibility to make sure that that girl grow up to be a better woman than you. And she do the exact opposite to the girl. She poisons and taints. She attempts to sabotage her because she's jealous of the outcome or the potential outcome of her daughter in life in general and specifically as it pertains to men, because it is through the female interaction with men, depending on how she interact with them men, whether or not she can be built up positively as a woman or torn down into a scumbag. Mind what I'm saying. I'm not saying that if she deals with men, it's their fault if she's a scumbag, I'm not saying that. So for all of those who need to hear that again, I'm saying that whatever she becomes or whatever her outcomes are as she deals with men is determined by how she interacts with them. That can either elevate her or devalue her. Do we understand? Before I keep going, thank you, Stat. Thank you, Mr. Donnie Max. Thank you for the confirmation. She was referring to her mother. Then she had to live with grandparents for a spell. Exactly. Thank you, Too Tall. One quick segment and I won't spin off. Polygyny in the same space and it working is real rare. I know people try to do it real differently, but I'm always coming from an Islamic perspective. And Dean say don't do that. Let them have their private space. Because I tell you one thing, if we in the same house, I'm cool with polygyny. I don't want to hear your headboard slamming. I don't want to hear that. I'm in the next room trying to read Quran and I just don't need to hear the headboard going. That's all I'm going to say on that. So you got to think of the nuances of actually being married and living with your husband. It's realities to that. And I just don't need to be around when some of them realities is playing out. I don't need to be there. I don't know what my presence is not needed. It just ain't. Thank you, Shadow Dog. Said thank the universe for you. I'm gonna show your videos to my daughter when she gets older. She's being raised by alienating gynocrat. Yeah, man. You know, pray for her. But I'm not gonna get off on the polygyny spiel because that's way away from what I want to talk about. Please get my likes up. I got 309 people watching. I got 176 likes. So bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button. Bam, bam. You gotta No, I'm just saying it's nuances. I'm sorry. You know, we good. But I can do without stepping over her underwear in the bathroom because she like to leave them in the middle of the floor. I'm good. I don't got to step over her underwear. We good. I can have a good relationship with her and my husband without stepping over her underwear. Sure can. I don't need to look in the garbage and see her pads in there and know she on her cycle. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. See, it's stuff that women go through that men, y'all ain't thinking about that because y'all not women. Anyway, the most contentious relationship that black women have with each other is the mother-daughter relationship. She sees the daughter as another woman that she has to contend with. Another woman that is going to, if there's a husband or father in the house, this is quote unquote another woman that is going to take her man's attention. You understand what I'm saying? She gonna take the father and or husband. We're gonna assume in this scenario that the husband and the father are the same man, and not something ratchet. But he's going to give that little girl his procreation. He's gonna give that little girl his love. He gonna give her his attention. He gonna give her hugs and kisses. He's going to give her the other 4 P's. He gonna give her the provision, his masculine light. He gonna give her structure. He gonna problem solve. He gonna protect. He's going to give his little girl the exact same 4 P's that he give the wife. That's where the jealousy come in at. Thank you, Ismail said my mom favored the daughters more than me and my brother. No matter how wrong they were, she would jump to their defense. That's actually a ruination also. That's a form of ruination. He gonna give the little girl them same 4 P's. The only one that's gonna be tweaked is the procreation, because obviously when we talking about a father and a daughter, it does not include sexual intimacy. But there is a form of intimacy: hugs, kisses, taking her places, spending daddy-daughter time. That is a form of non-sexual intimacy that he's going to share with his daughter, and he's going to enjoy doing that, especially when she's little. Thank you, Kendra. So get the likes up. We got to support our pick-me ladies around here. So her daughter is likely getting the kind of attention that the mother didn't get from her dad. Thank you, Mr. Outlaw said my ex-wife was jealous of my relationship with our daughter and went to great lengths to sabotage it. Exactly. You can't be giving another woman what you give me. She begins to feel, the hyena mother in this situation begins to feel as if her man is cheating on her. He's betraying her. You understand? He betraying her. Oh, you spending all this time with her. Every time she call you, here you come, daddy to the rescue, planting those subconscious seeds in his mind and the daughter's mind that is something actually wrong with their relationship. You always gonna rescue her. Leave her alone. Let her do, she gonna make mistakes. Just let her do it. I.e., I want to see her fail. And I don't want my man's time, attention, and resources going to another woman. And I got to sabotage it this way, because if I try to say it as if he's actually cheating with another woman, I'm going to look crazy. So I have to say it in a way that is very subtle, but that gets the point across. Exactly. Dr. Michelle said, dad is the daughter's first love. She learns how to love. Exactly. And the hyena is jealous because she don't know how to love nobody and don't love nobody and don't want to love nobody other than herself and ain't doing a good job of that. Love is a foreign four-letter word to her. See, I had them issues. You always up under your daddy. And you know why? Because I can't be up under you. I don't get it from you. When I go over to my daddy, I actually feel like he genuinely cared about me. That's why a lot of these daughters who have hyenas for mothers, and they have fathers who are either in the home, or even if he's not in the home, he's striving to be a positive impact and part and influence in his daughter's life. She got us, the hyena mother gotta ruin it. She have to. And if the subtlety don't work, then she gotta go to more overt lengths to get it done. I'm gonna diverse spiritually because we're gonna go there a little bit too. In Islam, there's an Arabic term for the way that Shaitaan communicates. The Arabic term for it is waswas. A waswas. A waswas is translated into a whisper. Something that is subtle but has devastating negative effect. So it is said that Shaitaan whispers to the heart of a person. Whispering is low. It's not real loud. Thank you, melanated Aries. It's a whisper. You shouldn't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, go on over there and do that. That'll be good. You should do that. You should get them back. Get them back. Get them back from what they did to you. Get them back. A whisper. A waswas. It is a subtle form of communication. That energy is the same energy that hyenas harness when they seed plant. That seed planting energy. Because the whisper that Shaitaan give you today might actually make sense, but the repercussions will destroy you later. Seem like it makes sense. You almost missed it. It didn't enter into your conscious mind. It went into your heart directly. Seed planting. That's what seed planting is. I'm not going to directly say what I mean, but I'm planting a seed in the hope that what comes from that seed is what I really want to happen. So I'm going to plant these evil seeds. I'm gonna come by and just have little stuff to say. Maybe I will laugh it off. Maybe I'll act like it's a joke. Can I get at least 350 likes? Thank you, Frank Springs. You sure is up under your daddy every day. Seed plant. What is it to you? You should be happy about that. Why not come through and say, oh, Oh, y'all look so cute. Look at y'all. Positive reinforcement. I guess you a daddy's girl. Seed plant. Maybe I shouldn't be a daddy's girl. Maybe something wrong with being a daddy's girl. Maybe something wrong with daddy. Maybe something wrong with me. She's jealous of the daughter's youth, her beauty, and her fertility, and she's jealous of the purity of her mind. When I say purity of her mind, she's not tainted with these jaded, crazy, gynocentric, demonic thought patterns. She don't have that. Thank you, Stan Senior, and for other people watching. Likes are free. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you so much, Daryl. So when I say a daughter's purity of mind, that's what I mean. She's not a poison well. This is why it's so important. This is one of the most destructive relationships that black women have with one another, from the mother to the daughter. Thank you, wouldn't you like to know? So what she does is she purposely taints her mind, which will lead the young lady to taint the rest of it, to taint her beauty, to jade her. The seed plant, the planting of the seed. That's why when her father give her leadership, system, order, and structure, her mother pull her to the side and undermine it. Don't listen to your father. Girl, you know, girls got to move a different way. Your daddy mean well, but he ain't a woman. And this is what women got to do. And then proceed to give her a set of evil vices that appeals to the chaotic and dark side of her daughter's female nature, to pull out the darkness within her, to pull out the chaos within her, to pull her away from truth into oversight and falsehood. Y'all don't hear me today. She's educating her daughter. In Latin, I do believe, is it Latin? Educare? To draw out. Educate. To draw out. To take something from within you and bring it to the forefront. The darkness of a female's chaos is always here because that is the basis of our nature. Structure is there to contain it, not get rid of it. Without structure, it has no boundary and will lead us to destruction. So she's drawing out that which is already in her daughter and then tainting that thing. One of the most popular ways she does that is the encouragement of what? What does she encourage? What's the first thing she encouraged her daughter to do? As she become 15, 16, aware of boys, aware of her puberty, aware of her body, aware of her feminine power, aware of her sexual power as it pertains to men, her ability to lure men. She encouraged us to the 304 phase. Wa alaikum assalam, Khalif. That's the first thing she encouraged her to. You know, you gotta try. You know, it's okay to be with a couple of different guys. You gotta know what you like. These boys out here just want one thing. You might as well get something out of it. Because she knows that it will taint this girl. That she will begin to enter into the transaction with men, with boys. Which will then jade her. This is the destruction of the purity of her mind. We got to do a commercial break and we will be right back with the rest of this cook.
Hey guys,
We're
this is
A-Game,
Spanky Hayes.
a 100% Black-owned company with an all-natural product and world-class customer service.
I use my A-Game.
We're headquartered in California,
I gotta have the A-Game.
and we manufacture,
I'm packing every
package,
pocket. I got
and
one
ship
pill in every pocket.
right here in the United
Every pair of
States.
pants I got.
We ship to more than 125 distributors worldwide. Normal processing is 2 to 3 days, and we employ virtual tracking until our product is received. So, no matter where you are in the world, here we come, and we're bringing your A-game.
I usually barely don't sleep because I'm entertaining y'all. I'm in the studio all night with the A-Game. And trust me, when I come home from the studio, my woman gets to feel the real pleasure of the A-Game. You see, I'm smiling. Watch this. Hey, baby.
Hey, babe.
Guess what I just took? What? A-Game, 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 A-Game. I'm gonna meet you upstairs, all right?
Oh, okay.
If she didn't start running to that bedroom, see that's the type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, Khalif. All he had to do was come over and say, I took A-Game. She knew what it meant. She knew exactly what it meant. He had to say no more. Say no more, fam. Y'all know what it is with A-Game. Or your husband needs some A-Game. Do me a favor, y'all, and put 3 in the chat. Oh, no, not a 3. Put a letter A in the chat if you have already gotten some A-Game or you're a lady who got some A-Game for her man. Put a letter A in the chat. Uh-oh. We got a couple A's. We got Easy. We got Kendra. We got Eric. Okay. We got some A's popping up. That's awesome. A for awesome and A for A game. So you ready, huh? Kendra say he ready. Yeah, if you want to get some A game, Tiffany, definitely your man gonna be very, very thankful about it. Ismail said, I need A game because I'm going to college. Yeah, it'll help you study for them finals so you can focus. All that good stuff. But let me get back to this cook. So now, when we talk about teaching her daughter how to do the transaction, in other words, the first person to teach a black girl how to hoe is her mama. This is why I touch the mother-daughter relationship first, because the toxicity of it undergirds every other relationship that black women have, not only with men, but with other black women. This dictates how she gonna do in her friendships. This dictates how she gonna do in her co-worker relationships. All of it. How she gonna deal with her daughter. She gonna repeat the cycle. She repeats the cycle. It's one of the most toxic relationships. I had to touch it first. I had to touch it first. Are y'all familiar with Tommy Lee from the reality shows? She repeating her cycle. She done sat on live television and told her story about all of the trauma that she went through with her mom. Now she repeats it. This is why the foolishness been going on so many generations. If it doesn't work, if what doesn't work? If making her a hyena, she doesn't ensure that this is going to be a hyena when she grow up. She really becomes jealous of her daughter's outcomes. Thank you, Philip J. The real reason why she doesn't want her daughter to become a lioness, and the reason why, generally speaking, hyenas are jealous of lionesses, is because a lioness's life is in order. A lioness's life is in order. A lioness's life has fulfillment, or at least the potential for fulfillment. The jealousy itself is born of fear. Fear that this other woman, her daughter, will live better than her on an internal and spiritual level. Now we getting down to the meat of it. She fears that her daughter will or could achieve the internal peace that has eluded the mother all her life. She's 57 years old and she still ain't at peace. So she becomes jealous of the potential of the daughter. Oh, you might actually be a lioness. Now, I did my best to make you a hyena. And you got a few hyena traits in you, but it didn't really take. I can see that it really didn't take. Not really. See, now you can kind of go on either way. You can either stay in the elephant graveyard or you can be on Pride Rock. See, I don't like that. Because you might get some sense and get in and be on Pride Rock somewhere. Or the worst possible outcome is that a leader, I don't like saying good man, because the reason I don't like saying a good man is because hyenas got that little phrase and it means something stupid. And I don't like real man either. Righteous man is better. A leader is better. She's really afraid that there will be a leader, a man somewhere that'll come by that girl, especially when she's young, and actually get through to her, to actually see the value in that girl and draw it out. And worse, not only will he see the value and attempt to draw it out, she will allow it to be so. She may fight a little bit in the beginning. Because, you raised by a hyena, you get some hyena traits. It's like a human child being raised by wolves or something. But slowly but surely, she lets go of those gynocentric traits due to the development and the leadership of that man. That's the worst possible outcome a hyena mother could see happen to her daughter. Because if that happens, now she gonna do everything she can to sabotage that relationship. She gonna pull out every hyena stop. She doesn't want to see the daughter live a different life that will prove the hyena's life a lie. To live a life that'll make the hyena mother's value system a lie and invalidate all her crazy decisions, which in turn destroys how she has self-identified. There we go with that word again, identified. Because these hyenas identify with trauma. They identify with their bad decisions. They identify with their bad outcomes. They identify with their failures. That is their identity. This is where the fight comes from when we talk about them things. This is where all the defensiveness come from. This is where all the anger come from. Because if we talk about your failures, you done identified yourself through your failure. You done convinced yourself that your failures are successes. So you can't have no quote unquote pick me mammies, male identified women coming through reading you like an open book. Can't have that. So because she does not want that self-identification to be crushed or destroyed, she poisons the well to prove that the water is always tainted. Who's the well? The daughter. Because we're what? Vessels. It's misery loves company, but it's actually worse than that. It's deeper than that. It is a spiritual corruption coming from the one group of women that's meant to support the other. The older meant to support the younger. The mother meant to support the daughter. And to support her in truth and not foolishness. The hyena mother keeps the daughter away from accountability, which keeps her away from the truth. Which also keeps her away from hindsight and makes her return to oversight repeatedly. Sorry. This is the one I was going for. If you take a look, truth is insight. This is how a hyena disrupts the problem-solving methods of other women. By keeping her away from accountability, which is a part of insight, which is the avenue whereby she discovers the truth about herself or a particular situation. If she discovers the truth, she'll go into hindsight. I didn't do that correctly the first 2 times. Which then will keep her away from oversight and lead her into some foresight. This is actually the female system of problem solving. This is how we solve problems, especially our internal problems. See, I talked about the other day how the hyena disrupts masculine problem solving. That was when I showed you this. But there is also female problem solving. We solve problems a little bit differently. The outcome should be the same. Okay? When females attempt to resolve their own internal problems, the first place we go is insight. To examine the self. Okay, what's going on with me? What's happening with me? And the mother keeps her from that. Oh, girl, ain't nothing wrong with you. Girl, I don't know what you doing all that for. That's them. If we don't do insight, we can't go to hindsight properly. If females do not do insight properly, the hindsight will always fail us because we won't apply self-accountability to either stage. This is female problem solving when we're solving problems for us internally. If we do not do the first two steps properly, truth, which is insight, and hindsight, we can't get to foresight. We fall all the time back into oversight. The same way the hyena disrupts male problem solving by never letting him leave the preparation, aka the emotional phase. Come back. All the time, come back. These methods of high-level manipulation is derived from Shaitaan. Not each individual woman. I need people to understand that this is a spirit we are talking about. It is a spirit that has got us in the grips of where we are. This ain't no one or two people. This ain't no one individual making separate decisions. No. This high level of machination is so diabolical that it is not coming from individual women. It is a spirit over the collective that has various levels of manifestation. And women are chosen because she's a vessel. And this isn't to say that Shaitaan can't attack men. He attacked men differently. It's just a different attack for men. Because their nature is different. So Shaitaan have to come according to the nature and corrupt their nature. So we are vessels. We're designed to intake energy. We're designed that way. The Most High gave us that. It ain't nothing wrong with it. We supposed to be able to do that. That's part of our base function. But how Shaitaan corrupts all of that, and why there has been the ability to have a spirit over the collective. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to know why it has been easy to have the spirit over the collective. It is because as soon as we collectively entered into the lost value system, where did our spirituality go? Where did our spiritual value go? It began not to contain any truth. So therefore, the collective have a weak spiritual value where there is no truth. So she's easily led astray. It's a simple, Shaitaan is not coming one by one. This is on automatic. This is on autopilot. This is on autoplay, okay? He not going one by one to mislead everybody. He done put a system in place that will do it for him. It's turnkey. It's like, set it and forget it. You remember that? Y'all remember a set it and forget it? That infomercial? Thank you so much, Miss Lorraine. Thank you so much. He done said it and forget it. He ain't got to come himself to oversee your corruption and your destruction and your spiritual death. Just put a system in order to do it. You will abide by it because it appealed to your lower self. It appealed to your nafs. That's what he meant when he told the Most High, I'll lead them astray, and you will find most of them ungrateful, because I know what their lower desires are, and I will appeal to them. I make their evil deeds fair seeming to them. Make them think they doing good when they doing evil. If that don't describe feminism and this progressive liberal thought pattern, I don't know what does. And when we deny the truth, we go headlong into destruction with music playing in the background, vibing. I'll stay on here another hour and preach to y'all. But y'all know what time it is. Don't y'all know? Don't y'all know? Don't y'all know? It's A game, A game, A game, right? And I sing the little song and it's catchy and all of that, right? But here's the thing with A game. It is for a man's overall health. How important is health now? How important with booster shots? They on their 10th booster shot. They make a booster shot every week. And they want you to put these things into your body for so-called health reasons. Now you can think what you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do with that. Because goodness gracious, you know they get real tight. When you know they get tight jaw, the jaw get to working when you talk about this. But this helps blood flow and blood circulation. It's herbs. right? So when you have your overall health in order, this, it works like immune system boosting is part of having your overall health intact. That's part of it. In Islam, we say that Allah has put a cure on earth for every ailment except death. Every ailment. Even the newfangled ones that somebody come up with in the lab. Doesn't matter. On this earth is a cure for every ailment except death. And how does the Most High make sure that that's so? It grow. It grow around us. We eat it. We consume it. It's the food. Food is really supposed to be your first line of defense against any type of illness. Usually, most of our illnesses come from the food that we eat. The weakened immune system comes from the bad food that we eat, not getting enough nutrients, one way or another. Too many artificial things that we consuming that are not whole foods. They are not natural in any way, shape, or form. So when I talk about A game, I'm actually talking about the overall health. This is why we push it. That's why when a young man said he needs some A game because he's going to school, this helps with his focus because blood flow gets oxygen to the brain. Oxygen travels through your bloodstream in your red blood cells. Right? So if we get more oxygen to the brain, that will clarify the focus. This is why it helps your strength. Right? So we have to understand it's science to it, right? But to break it down in layman's terms, this is why it's so important to let you know that it addresses the blood flow in men. And the herbs that are in here are specifically designed to have that positive effect in men's bodies. This is why women don't take A game. It's not a good thing. Not for us. But for them, it's wonderful. Works wonders. I know y'all done work wonders with it, right? Because I had some A's in there earlier. So if you're wondering how to get A game, I made it super, super simple. What did I do? I put the link right at the top of the chat. I pinned it. It's agameherbal.com, and you get a 10% discount when you use the code Kendra10. Okay, so click that link, takes you right to the website. If you want to look at the ingredients, they are not artificial, no caffeine or anything like that to make you crash or any of that. Just remember to drink a lot of water with this so that it can flush through your system. Okay? Because A game does what we say it do. All right? So do not forget the Kendra 10 code so you can get your discount. Okay? And I want to thank everyone for their very generous contributions, for their time, for their likes, for their attention. And I want to thank all of my team who supports me in all of this. I cannot give y'all content without that team. Okay? So I'm going to wrap this up and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share,
and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.